And this is a day after being sent to judicial custody for 14 days. Team Rhea has resorted to a predictable escape route to procure bail. In a swift turnaround from her confessions to the Narcotics Bureau team, where she admitted to paying for and procuring drugs for Sushant Singh Rajput, now Rhea said that NCB has forced her into admitting guilt and that she's retracted the statement yesterday itself. Let's now, in fact, go across to Swati, who will break down the exact retraction for us.
Right. Now, first there were discrepancies in Rhea's statement given to the NCB, and now there is this massive U-turn by Rhea Chakrabarti. She says we were coerced. Now, this is what the NCB remand note says. Rhea revealed involvement in procurement of drugs. She reveals that she was involved in procurement. This is what she tells the NCB, but then retracts from the statement. What does she say then? She says coerced by the NCB into making incriminatory confessions. But there are WhatsApp chats, remember, Madhav. And moving on to the other point, Rhea revealed instructions to Miranda, Dipesh and Shavik. So that the fact that she mentioned here was that she was giving instructions to these people to procure drugs as well. And then again, she retracts. This is a U-turn by Rhea Chakrabarti, where she says the NCB did not disclose any connection between Rhea and drug peddler. There was a confrontation as well. Rhea Chakrabarti has retracted from the statements that she has given to the NCB. NCB remand note says Rhea managed finance with SSR for drug procurement. And then Rhea Chakrabarti has retracted from that, and she has said that nothing on record to suggest Rhea involved in financing. Again, I am pointing out the WhatsApp chats that are there in existence, based on which all the interrogations have happened. In the remand note, this is what the NCB says. Clear that Rhea was an active member of the drug syndicate, but Rhea has retracted, and this is what her team says. NCB spinning a false narrative, falsely implicating me. So they are accusing the NCB of spinning a false narrative in the drug racket or the drug net, and that they are trying to falsely implicate Rhea Chakrabarti. Let's go across to Siddhant joining us in the broadcast now. Siddhant, we are highlighting the U-turn discrepancy once again. In what the remand note says of what Rhea confessed in front of the NCB officials and the way she has retracted from those statements.
Well, you see, most of the accused in the NDPS case, when the case goes to the court, even for the remand, usually they retract the statement, they give it to the agency, and this has been done by Zaid and Basit also, and now we know that even Rhea has also retracted. But the fact here is that we have accessed the statement given by her to the agency, where she is confessing the fact that she used to consume drugs, and it was our break only based on the sources. Now we have that copy also. The fact here is that during the course of an interrogation, all the time she tried to push it on Sushant, that it was Sushant for whom she used to procure the drugs. It was Sushant who used to ask for drugs. And now, when to make her bail grounds strong, her advocates have decided to tell the court that her statement was taken under pressure. Now the fact here is this statement was taken before her arrest. So at that point in time, she was not even in NCB's custody. If the statement had been taken after her arrest, then too we could buy the point that she was under certain kind of a pressure from the agency to give those statements. But at the time of giving the statement, she was not in the custody. Now if she is retracting this statement, definitely raises the question, and it must be her advocate's strategic move to get her bail grounds strong, so that
certainly
she can
a very
get
active legal team there, Siddhant, as you've been mentioning. Perhaps the strategy of her legal team, they think it's prudent now to withdraw, but of course how this plays out in the courts eventually, of course, is anybody's guess. But moving on to another important news break here on Times Now, we have accessed call data records that show the sequence of how the Narcotics Control Bureau nailed the link between Shavik and the peddlers. Now, these are calls that establish a connection between Team Rhea and Karamjeet, a drug peddler who was in touch with Karan Arora. He then got in touch with Samuel Miranda, and this is how the Narcotics Control Bureau connected the dots and what ultimately led to Rhea's arrest. Swati, I believe you have those details with you.
Absolutely. These are the call data records that the NCB has accessed. This is how they've been able to connect the dots and establish the entire link. Let's take a look at the date here. September 13, 2019, a call was made from Karamjeet, a drug peddler, to another drug peddler, Karan Arora. Now, one call, the duration of the call was 101 seconds. What does it prove? It proves that Karan Arora, a drug peddler, was into drug peddling because he was in touch with Karamjeet, who's a drug peddler. And why is this important? This call between them, the conversation, because curated marijuana was seized from Karan Arora. The CDR proves that they were in touch with each other. His questioning led the NCB to other peddlers. The other peddlers were Zaid Vilatra and Abdul Basit Parihar, who were in fact in touch with Shouvik Chakrabarti. Let's take a look at the date again. March 17, 2020. This is from Karamjeet, a drug peddler, to Samuel Miranda, who's Sushant Singh Rajput's house manager. 3 calls were exchanged between them. The duration was 72 seconds. What does it prove? It proves that Samuel Miranda, the house manager, was in touch with the peddlers. And why is this important? Because Miranda got drugs into SSR's household. In fact, Miranda received instructions. He was asked to procure drugs. And then again, September 24, 2019, this call was made from Zaid Vilatra, a drug peddler, to Samuel Miranda. Again, Samuel Miranda's name coming here. 17 calls were exchanged between them, between Zaid Vilatra and Samuel Miranda. The duration of these calls was 393 seconds. And what does this prove? That Samuel Miranda and Zaid Vilatra were in close contact. They spoke to each other 17 times. That's what the call data record suggests. Why is it important? Because Zaid Vilatra was introduced to Miranda by Shouvik Chakrabarti. This is how Shouvik Chakrabarti's role comes into picture. October 23rd, 2019, Zaid Vilatra, who's a drug peddler, his role has been established now. He called up Basit Parihar, Shouvik's drug supplier. Basit, another peddler, also a supplier of Shouvik Chakrabarti. One call was exchanged between them. The duration was 83 seconds. What does it prove? That Basit knew peddler Zaid Vilatra. And why is it important? Because Basit introduced Shouvik to Zaid. So this is how they are all linked, Madhav. There's
Absolutely.
a link between them.
Absolutely. In fact, they're all linked. Let's quickly go across to Siddhant for more on this. Siddhant, this is very, very important because this is how, and the remand note also mentions is that after the picking up of the peddlers is when the actual, links between all of these individuals, particularly the various peddlers and Samuel Miranda, was really established.
Well, that's right, Madhav. The only reason we are putting out these CDR records is to prove the point that they all were interconnected and linked. Now we have accessed the CDR of Zaid as well as we have accessed the CDR of another peddler. Now in both the CDRs, there is a presence of number of Samuel Miranda, and not just 1 or 2 times. Calls were made several times. This was in the month of March and last year. Now the fact here is that these CDRs also reflects the number of another alleged peddler, Karan Arora. So this was a cartel which was operating, and as Swati read those details of the CDR for us, this was a cartel which was working in Bandra, and this was a cartel which was picked. The members of this cartel were picked by Narcotics Control Bureau first, and then later the Shouvik Chakrabarti was arrested and Ria got arrested. Now they all have confessed also that they used to know each other. They were in touch. They used to score drugs from each other. So the kingpin so far is Anuj Keshwani. He was in touch with Kaizan. Kaizan was in touch with Basit Parihar. Then the role of Zaid comes in. Then through Zaid, Miranda was linked to Zaid.
Right.
And through Miranda, Shouvik and Ria comes into the picture.
Right.
So
Now,
this
Ria
was
may
the
have
chain which
retracted
was
from the statements, but the NCB has the WhatsApp chats and the call data records as well. Siddhant, thank you very much for getting us those details. We're taking a very quick break on the broadcast. A lot more lined up on the other side. Stay with us.